Hey everybody, it's Game Award season. Do you want to see two grumpy old fucks argue about how every Game Award nominee is dumb and bad? You came to the right place.
Okay. You know I hate the Game Awards. You know
I
hate the Game Awards.
You like one part of the Game Awards.
I love giving Game of the Year awards. I love watching Game of the Year awards. I hate Jeff Keighley's The Game Awards.
You're not a fan.
They get it wrong every time. And the reason they get it wrong is because they do 100 critics and or 100 outlets, and the critics don't get it right ever.
They should only ask us exclusively.
So I figure what we're going to do is we're going to go through the awards. We might not go through all the awards. I don't really care about the esports stuff.
There's 30 of them.
It's not for me. And I figure we'll point out some snubs we think. We'll figure out who we think is going to win. And we'll just call out BS as we see it. How in tune to this are you? Have you looked ahead? Have you looked at the nominees in every category?
You told me, you were like, hey, we're gonna do a video on the Game Awards for this video. Do you wanna look at them ahead of time? And then I looked and I fell asleep after I got to the 7th category.
Okay, yeah. So you already know more than most. That's what I'm saying.
I know enough to know that all of the games from this year that I thought I had played, like 3 of them are on here. And I was like,
that's good. Call it out where you see it. Be like, this game deserves to be in this spot. They missed it.
I don't. It's just too many. There's too many video games. People should just stop. People should make less video games. There's too many games. You can't be, and you can't distill Game of the Year down to 5 games and then not have the game that I like. That's illegal.
That's illegal.
It's illegal.
You definitely can't do that.
You can't do that.
So we're starting off with Game of the Year. We got 6 nominees.
Can't start with that, bro.
We're starting with, it's the first one.
Okay, fine.
It's the first one.
Okay, give me some games.
We got Deathloop. It Takes Two.
No.
Metroid Dread.
No.
Psychonauts 2.
Not bad.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Platinum's too easy.
And Resident Evil Village.
Not enough Lady D.
Who's the snub here? You know what Twitter's mad about? Do you know who the snub is?
Is it an ongoing online MMO?
It's not. Twitter is very upset that Returnal is not on here.
That's silly. Returnal's not that good.
Really?
I'm surprised they're not mad Pokemon Unite's not on there, or whatever the hell the new Pokemon game is.
No, Pokemon Unite probably should be on here. I would say no.
You think it should or it shouldn't?
It shouldn't. I mean, but
okay, so here's the question for me. So Game of the Year is usually, like, what's the best game of the year? I'm going to take the hat off because it's hot, but also you get to see this horrible mane of whatever the crap this is today. So the Game of the Year, could, like, Times Person of the Year is like, were they a good person? Were they a bad person? Who's the most influential person? And everyone's like, Hitler, right? So, like, Game of the Year, shut up. So Game of the Year could go to Pokemon Unite because we united against the crap that was Pokemon Unite.
No,
boo?
No.
Okay.
It specifically says delivers the absolute best experience, not one we all united to hate. Incorrect.
I'm just trying to, you know how it is.
I think Village is the weird one in this group. I think kick Village out and add.
You think most people thought it was just okay, right? It wasn't like super mind-blowingly good, right?
Yeah, I personally think Deathloop shouldn't be in here, but I mean, what would you add? Like maybe Returnal. None of my top 4 are in here right now, but I can see why they're not. They're all indie games.
I'm trying to remember how many games from this year I actually played that are from this year. There's probably like 4. I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't played Halo Infinite yet.
Riddle me this, Batman. Who do you think is going to win, and why is it Deathloop?
Because everyone wants it. We have to get to a later category so I can absolutely fucking unload on this, I swear to God.
Okay. Maybe we'll circle back to Game of the Year, okay?
That's why I said we shouldn't do it first, you fucking moron. Okay, so I think frontrunners for everyone else are going to be Dread and maybe Psychonauts 2, but Deathloop will be like and they won anyway. For me, okay, so Rift Apart is pretty good because it has Rivet, which makes it number 1, far and away. And
that's all you need.
It's Rivet's so good. She's adorable.
We haven't played It Takes Two yet. We probably will by the end of the year.
No, we both have it. We're going to play it pretty soon. So go to the next one, Game Direction.
All right. Game Direction. We got
All
Deathloop.
the same games again.
It Takes
but
Two.
now it's Returnal.
Returnal. Psychonauts 2. Ratchet and Clank.
There's more than 5 games that were good all year.
We kicked out Dread. So
this is bullshit.
What does best game direction mean to you? Because to me, best game direction is usually like we have a cohesive vision and everything in the project is like good with that vision. There's no weird thing in the game.
So having played these games, I would say the top 3 of the 5 would be Returnal, Psychonauts 2, and Ratchet and Clank. Because as much as I don't like a lot of the parts of Returnal, they did have a consistent vision in what they were doing. I haven't played Psychonauts 2, but I've seen a lot of it, and I've heard from people who have played it that it is probably their game of the year. And Ratchet and Clank had a pretty consistent tone, a pretty consistent direction all the way through. I'm sure It Takes Two and Deathloop will probably win one of the two.
Yeah, I would give this to Returnal, I think. Of the nominees here, I'm picking Returnal.
We didn't like it, but we understood why it would probably win it.
If Deathloop wins Best Game Direction, I'm going to be mad.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the narrative of Deathloop and the gameplay of Deathloop do not coincide, like, almost at all.
Are you going to raise a pitchfork and a torch and just...
No. I wouldn't be heated, but I'd be annoyed.
Is it because now this matters to us as people?
Yes.
Is this because exclusively this is to put another trophy on the shelf in an executive's office, and they're like, when you go to walk into the lobby, it's like, look at all the awards our company has won.
Exactly. It's so we can print a Game of the Year edition. You get it. You understand. Okay.
I feel like when we were growing up and we had Game of the Year edition, it didn't actually mean it won Game of the Year. It just meant has all the DLC, right?
Yeah. I mean, it came out in the last
5 games a year had a Game of the Year edition, but it just meant has all the DLC.
Well, now it's more like 40.
Go to the next one and tell me why it's not the same as the one we just did.
Okay, we got Best Narrative, okay?
That's the same thing.
We got Deathloop, we got It Takes Two,
Again.
we got Psychonauts 2. We've added in Life is Strange True Colors, and we've added in Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Man, this fucking list is just great. I don't know who's in charge of these lists, but they must just throw darts at a dartboard with the same 5 games on it.
Have you played any of these games?
I have Psychonauts 2 installed. I keep thinking about playing it.
So you've played 0 of these games. What is the best narrative you have played this year?
I liked the original Life is Strange a lot. I didn't play 2, and I didn't play Before the Storm. So I don't know how much they've regressed. I feel like if it's anything like a Telltale game, it's probably the same game for the 4th time.
No. Let me lay this on you. Have
you played Life is Strange True Colors?
I've now played all of the Life is Strange games.
Okay, is it good?
My opinions do not represent every Life is Strange fan. I know this is going to make some people mad. You got Life is Strange 1. Okay? You got Life is Strange Before the Storm. It's worse. Okay. I'm sorry. It's worse. I know it's going to make people mad. Life is Strange 2 is like way worse. You can't see my hand. It's way worse.
Wow.
True Colors is almost as good as the first one.
Okay, so based on nothing, I give Best Narrative to Life is Strange True Colors.
I hope Life is Strange True Colors wins this. I've played
next one.
3 chapters of Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't like it so far. Don't like it.
Oh, you're playing it?
Yeah.
Is it because it's Uncharted in space, you big whiny baby?
I don't get the Uncharted comparisons yet.
Okay.
So far, I don't see it. Yeah,
all right, can I shotgun a couple of these really quick so we can actually get like almost half of them before we make this video go too long?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna shotgun a couple of these directly into my eyeballs. Best art direction: Deathloop, Kena, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank, The Artful Escape. It goes to The Artful Escape because art's in the name. Boom. Next.
No,
one.
Wrong. No.
You sure? I can't do this bit? I wanted to keep doing the bit.
It can't go to Artful Escape.
Have you played it?
I have seen it. There isn't a game. Artful Escape isn't a game.
Is it a narrative adventure game with game elements?
It's hold the right button. It's go right. The game.
Psychonauts 2 then? We agree.
Okay, fine.
All right, best score in music: Cyberpunk, Deathloop, Near Replicant, Marvel's Guardians, The Artful Escape. Okay, so it can't go to Artful Escape because it says art, and music isn't art. So that's obviously not the correct one.
What?
Guardians of the Galaxy has really good soundtracks in the movies. Near Replicant is everybody's waste of time. Deathloop doesn't have music, and if it did, it would loop forever. Cyberpunk probably has a bunch of people banging trash can lids. So probably Guardians of the Galaxy, best music?
Oh my god, this is making me so bad. This is the worst take you could possibly have. Everything you said is wrong. Okay. Back way
You want to
up.
give it to Nier?
Back way up. First off, Cyberpunk shouldn't even be in this category. This is my issue with the Game Awards. Well, one of my many issues with the Game Awards.
Please elaborate.
Cyberpunk 2077 is a 2020 game. I know that it missed the cutoff for last year, and so it's in this year's Game Awards. That is stupid. Hold your Game Awards ceremony.
What's the cutoff?
It's like the last week in November, or like whatever, or like the midweek in November, or something like that. It's stupid. It's so dumb.
Hold on, I'm having to confirm.
It's like
how stupid
November
this is.
20th or something. This is why the latest Smash Brothers game was in last year's.
Are they using the Julian calendar?
It's so dumb. It makes me so mad. Okay.
That only still makes them off by like 13 days. That's not enough days for that to make sense. With fucking... Hold on. Who the fuck... Pope Gregory the 13th didn't become Pope and die to make a calendar that ended in the last week of November and not the end of December. You idiots.
So I'm throwing Cyberpunk out for that alone. I don't care if
Get
it
it
missed
out of
last
here.
year.
Get it out.
I'm throwing in Chicory because the fact that Lena Raine's soundtrack is not in here is insulting.
He said the artist's name.
Okay, here's actually a plus. Here, I gotta give this to Keeley. Keeley has a habit of pretending like he really cares about video game music, but then not delivering. The fact that he lists the composers for all of these games is a step. I gotta give it to him.
Do people not do that?
He usually doesn't do that. Last year, best score was in the pre-show. It wasn't even part of the main show.
They might do that again. Also, a professional would have muted his phone before this.
As somebody who cares about video game music. And then, like, Guardians of the Galaxy is like... I mean, the music's fine.
You know what?
There is original music, but...
It can't win because it doesn't have original music. Like
it
the
does.
Main music
It does have some original music. But the best part seems to be, so far, licensed music.
Okay, so that does... Alright, so we give it to Deathloop or Nier, Peter. We can't really...
I mean, I can't let Nier win. Nier's probably the best soundtrack, the best original soundtrack in here.
Which is really annoying.
But I have personal biases against Nier.
That Peter and I have lots of professional criticisms of Nier Automata, but the one thing we both agree on is the soundtrack's pretty fucking solid. Alright, so we're avoiding that category altogether. We didn't. They all suck.
Give it a Chicory.
Give it a Chicory. Best audio design. That's almost the same question. Deathloop, Forza Horizon
It's totally
5.
different.
I know. Ratchet and Clank, Resident Evil, and Returnal. Is this like the PlayStation 5? Three of these in the last like two categories have all been PS5 exclusive. What is this? Rift Apart, Deathloop is... Actually, no, Deathloop isn't. Not exclusive, is it?
I don't think Deathloop.
I don't think it is. Okay, why did I say that? It's PlayStation 5 and Windows, which is essentially Xbox anyway. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, whatever.
Shut up. What is the best audio design? Village has weird crunchy zombie noises. Forza Horizon's probably just like car noises. Returnal's sound design is good. Returnal's is good.
It's creepy. But Returnal does make sounds come out of the controller. Oh, so does Deathloop. I don't want to give it to any game that makes a sound come out of the controller. That's bad.
Counterpoint. Nobody cares about you, so I give it to Returnal. All right.
Okay, fine.
Number seven, best performance.
Okay, I've played all of these games except Far Cry 6.
You haven't. You're the guy who claims he has all the platinums again.
What does that mean?
You have to say, I haven't played all of the... I've almost played all of these. Don't start with I have.
I have played all of these except Far Cry 6.
Except. Well, you're leading in the first half.
You gotta get over it. That's how people talk.
Okay, which one are you giving it to?
There's no universe where if I'm giving this to Deathloop, there's no way I give it to Colt over Juliana. I think his performance is fine, but hers is so much better. I think it's got to go to True Colors. I think Alex Chen is by far the best out of these five. Has there been a better performance?
That's a shame, though.
Who do you want to give it to?
Oh, it's gonna go for the memes. It's gonna go for the big woman.
Not that she did not do a great job as Lady D, because I think she did a great job as Lady D. She's in like 2 hours of the game. Like the part is like an 8-hour minimal. Game? She did a great job, But I'm pretty sure she's there for the memes because the internet loves her.
What I think is silly is we haven't played Far Cry 6, but just knowing Giancarlo Esposito, he's gonna be the best one, right?
I mean, this is the thing that you get into all the time. Like, just because you're a good actor doesn't mean you're a good voice actor. It is a different skill.
And that's true. But, yeah, so the problem I have is I've never played the game. I've seen ads for it, and it's his voice, but I'm usually listening to it.
He's
I'm not
done
watching
other voice
it.
acting gigs, I think.
He's done a couple of them, I'm sure. But, like, all of the ads, he's got memes from his ads, which give him power over Lady D. He's got good memes. And he's fucking Gus Fring from Breaking Bad, being another bad guy. How do you not? He's gonna win that. He's gonna win that.
I hope. I'd rather go to anybody else other than him, and that's not to say he's a bad actor.
That's rude. I
got more deep cuts on this one. Who's the guy in Far Cry 3 that everybody loves? Vince? The guy, the bad guy, not the main bad guy. You're asking
me who's the character from a Ubisoft game when they're all the same.
Everybody loves him. That character has no interesting qualities. He has one scene that people quote, and that's it. Lady D is a way better character than him.
That's true. That is very true. I put a question to our resident Australian Symmetry. Follow him on Twitch. He's funny as fuck. I asked him, I was like, listen, as a fan of AAA open world garbage, what's one of them that I should play to get back into one that's good? I was like, I haven't played any Far Cry games. I haven't played an Assassin's Creed game since Syndicate. I haven't played I haven't played a ton of those like big open world, fucking giant endless casserole. It just goes on forever. It's the same flavor forever. I was like, just give me one to play that you think is the best one that you've played. And he said play Far Cry 5 or Far Cry 6. So,
well, I believe the Far Cry games do get a little bit better every time.
I just hate the fact that they do the thing. They hang a lantern on it where they went, oh, we won't make you climb that many towers. Oh, you still made me do it. You know it's bad. Why'd you make me do it?
Because you still got to do it. It's how the game works.
I remember the days when it was like best performance, and it was like, the dog from Okami on PS2, and you were like, it's a great performance by that dog, just going woof.
Love that dog.
That's good. What I'm saying is the dog from Okami is better than any schmucks. I'm kidding. Maybe.
Wow.
All right, games for impact. Thought-provoking, pro-social meanings or messages. Hey, is this category virtue signaling SJW garbage?
Wow.
I'm kidding. Peter's like, cut it. No, I'm kidding.
No, I like the idea of this category.
Gaming's gone
I like
too
the
political,
idea
Peter.
of a message and that sort of
course.
thing. I don't know why Boyfriend Dungeon is here. I haven't played it, but my understanding of it wouldn't put it in this category. So maybe I don't know something about Boyfriend Dungeon.
I don't know who made it. I don't know anything about it. I haven't seen it.
My hunch is critics will give this to Before Your Eyes. I hope that they give it to Chicory. I think Chicory is a very deeply impactful game about mentorship and about legacy, and I think that that's a bunch of themes that don't come into play in games a lot. Like games like to be like, this person's dead. That's
Go
sad.
Make your own adventure now. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and Chicory isn't really like that. Like no one has really died in Chicory. Like Chicory is more like everyone's still alive and they have expectations of you and all that.
Gandalf doesn't die in Chicory?
No, spoilers. But I'm pretty sure critics loved Before Your Eyes. So
to be very clear, to people who are still here after I said that very triggering sentence, I don't believe in any of that crap, so it's fine. Anti that crap. Sorry. It's so unclear what I mean.
Every time you open your mouth, it's worse. Every time.
I Peter, we've gone political. It's ruined now. No, I'm saying I like pro-social, good meaning messages and thought-provoking games. I like them very much. I liked Vanishing of Ethan Carter. I liked Gone Home. I liked Life is Strange. I liked Walking Through English Countryside, the game. I like those games. I like games that make you go, maybe I should think about not being such a piece of shit person. So I was memeing on the fact that somebody will see that and go, that's what I was making fun of.
You just say you like crying. It's okay to like tears.
So,
Best ongoing game.
Best ongoing game. This category can fuck off. This
okay.
category is, we made a game 5 years ago. We can't win awards anymore. We're still good. Fuck you. You can't. You came out 4 years ago. Go away.
On that note, I would give this to Final Fantasy XIV Online of the choices here.
And he's not shilling for Apex.
I'm
so proud of you.
I love Apex with all my heart.
Piece of shit.
It's the same game. They've made changes. It's the same game. It's the same core game.
They've never had an expansion, right? Like, Final Fantasy Online has expansions that, like, add a new area, and, like, there's a whole new experience with new quests. Apex is, there's a new map. Go shoot yourselves again.
Yeah, I mean...
New gun.
Halo 2 launched with more than 4 maps. You don't really get credit for launching one map every 6 months.
Yeah. Hate the thing you love, Peter. Hate the thing you love. That said, as a shill for a game that I don't even really like that much, every year, the Halloween event in Warzone is very fun, and I enjoy it, so I would give it to COD Warzone.
Oh.
Fuck you.
Okay, well, fine. Best Indie. This is our category.
Here we go. We're going to stop after this.
We got 5 different games that have not been mentioned. We got 12 minutes starting strong right off the bat. Death's Door, Inscription, Kena Bridge of Spirits, and Loop Hero.
Peter, have you played 3 of these games?
I have played 3 of these games, and Death's Door is downloaded on my PS5 right now.
I have played none of these games, but I've watched you play them, and so far, I think Inscription is probably the coolest one.
I think Inscription does something very interesting. I did not play 12 minutes. My understanding of 12 minutes is it is disappointing and frustrating.
Yeah. From everybody that I think we've watched review it, who we trust significantly, Scale Up DM me.
I have not played Death's Door yet.
It's very frustrating, yeah.
I've heard Death's Door is amazing, but I don't know it for sure. Inscription is without a doubt one of the best games I have played this year, including that AAA garbage we started with.
Yeah, I really like when we try to we have to figure out a game together. Like, it kind of has puzzle mechanics, but it's just like, it has mechanics that you don't know yet because the game didn't go, hey, this does this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, Inscription does this thing where it's just like, I'm not going to tell you what this card does. Play it. Find out.
And
Good
find
luck.
out what happens. Yeah. More games need to do that. We got
just like the willingness to let you do something stupid is just so fun.
So what you're saying is the people who made Inscription and the people who made Outer Wilds need to...
That would be amazing.
That would be pretty good.
I don't know what type of game they could make together.
They're the king and queen of making a game and going, figure it out. I don't care if you have
I would be into that. I'd be into that.
I would be too, yeah. Okay, so what's the difference between best indie game and best debut indie game?
Are we jumping to best debut indie game?
It's the next one on my list.
It is not the next one on my list. We'll come back to indie games. My next one is best mobile game presented by Verizon.
Can we skip it?
Yeah, skip it.
Thank you.
Best community support. Can we give it a No Man's Sky again? Is that allowed?
No.
Is that allowed?
No.
It can't be Apex Legends, because if I get called a freeloader by the developers of Apex one more time, I'm gonna stop playing it.
But Peter, you haven't bought enough $20 skins that are just recolors.
I love Apex. You chose to make the game free. I'm not a freeloader.
You can't yell at me for not paying for a game you literally didn't charge me for.
Do we even like games? I don't even know.
I don't know, man. I was playing Bejeweled on my phone earlier, and I was like, man, I miss when this didn't yell at me to pay for ads every 10 minutes back in 2009.
I give it to Dead by Daylight.
I don't agree, and I play that game more than you. I guess for best community support, I would probably give it to, I don't know, Final Fantasy 14.
Give it a Final Fantasy 14. I'm fine with it.
Because it's the game we haven't played. It's the game we haven't played. I'm actually going to start playing it next year, so we'll find out if it's terrible or not. Here's a game. Here's a category. Here's a category. Best VR game.
You've skipped categories again. We have innovation and accessibility presented by Chevrolet.
We can't talk about this. We don't know.
That's true. I also have only played a little bit of Guardians of the Galaxy and have not played any of the other ones.
I played Ratchet and Clank. Guardians of the Galaxy, as far as I know, just has lots of like colorblind options and like audio and visual options.
The category is accessibility.
Isn't accessibility like...
No,
thinking,
but
like,
Guardians of the
new
Galaxy, when you
controller
boot up
buttons.
the game the first time and you pick your difficulty, it gives you sliders for like everything that enemies do. It's
Rift
like,
Apart has that. Rift Apart has that.
Okay, yeah. So something like that.
Let's give it to Rift Apart because it has all of that and also has Rivet.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's the tiebreaker if I've ever heard of one.
Okay, so can
best
we go back
VR,
to VR
AR.
now?
Yes.
Okay. Hitman 3, we haven't played it. We haven't played
I've heard
the VR
it's
version.
bad.
No.
Okay, I played through all of Hitman 3. Hitman 3 is another one that's been snubbed. Why is Hitman 3 not on any of the list?
Because
Anyway,
it's just Hitman 2 but with more levels, which is fine.
Which is
it's
great.
just not a new game.
But
you know?
I played through all of that, and not once did I realize it had a VR mode. So clearly they're like hiding it in the menus. They're ashamed of it.
It's like, do you remember when we found out that Monster Hunter World had like payable content?
Yes.
Like we never knew that because it's never advertised.
Yes.
So I feel probably the same way. Like I bet if you went to the store page, it would tell you. But anyway, I Expect You to Die 2. I haven't played it yet, but I beat Expect You to Die 1. It was my favorite VR games I've ever played. Lone Echo 2 I haven't played. Resident Evil 4 I mean to play. My housemate has an Oculus Quest 2. I will throw money in her face and say, let me play this shit. And then Sniper Elite VR, I think, is another specific headset. What's the other? It's specific to one of them that we don't have.
I will be shocked if Resident Evil 4 doesn't win this.
Well, it's personally the only one that I've played. What I've seen of Resident Evil 4, it's not really Resident Evil 4. It's like a rail shooter, which is probably fine. But it's not Resident Evil 4, you know?
I'm pretty sure from what I've seen, it's Resident Evil 4. The on-rail stuff is not that often.
Okay, so you can actually like click a button to move forward?
That is my understanding.
Do you have to press a button to slowly turn around and to like pull the knife out?
That I don't know. But I heard that like you have guns on your body and you like reach behind your back to get a shotgun.
That does sound good.
I heard that's good.
I'm still giving to I Expect You to Die 2 because the first one was just fucking phenomenal.
Well, fine.
Did you like it?
I didn't play it.
Yes, you did.
I didn't know. You're incorrect.
Expect You to Die 1? Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. You're out of control.
Do the next category, Peter. Do it.
The next category is Best Action Game. You ready for another beef about the Game Awards if I haven't ranted about enough? This is not specifically a Game Awards problem. What is the difference?
Fuck is an action game?
Thank you. What is the difference between an action game and an action adventure game?
You bitched at me about this so many times.
I will never stop complaining about this. So, action game says an action genre focused primarily on combat. An action adventure game says combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. I don't know how to speak. So obviously the traversal and puzzle solving has to be the adventure piece of it. But think about it.
Deathloop is in here.
Think about it in a way that's like, how can Deathloop be a game primarily focused on combat and also be up for the narrative award? Look at the games that are in action adventure. How can we have like this first person horror game and this third person like story based game and this third person platformer and this two-dimensional like side scroller Metroidvania? Like the games have nothing in common. Genres are made up and the points don't matter. Is what I'm saying.
I was so hoping you were going to say that. All right, so what's the best action game then? Back 4 Blood? Chivalry 2? Deathloop? Far Cry 6 or Returnal?
I mean, it's gonna be Deathloop. It's gonna be Deathloop. It should go, of these, it probably should go to Returnal. It's gonna be Deathloop.
Best action adventure game.
You should be prepared for Deathloop to sweep. Deathloop's gonna win this too, even though it's not up for a nomination.
I think action adventure might be Village. I think I might take that.
You think action adventure might be Village? I feel like this is where the Dread and the Psychonauts 2 people are gonna split the vote. Is that accurate? I feel like there's overlap between Dread and Psychonauts 2 people.
Everybody I know who's played Dread has really enjoyed it, but they're also Nintendo people, and you can't trust them to fucking...
You can't trust Nintendo people.
You can't trust Nintendo fans with anything. They'll buy a Pokemon game that looks like a fucking chibi garbage app from 2014.
Best
looking at you, Patrick.
Role-playing game. Here we
Cyberpunk.
go again. Here we go again. Every game on the planet has role-playing elements.
It's got to go to Cyberpunk, dude.
If this goes to Cyberpunk, you have any idea how mad I'm going to be if this goes to Cyberpunk?
Do you know
any other one?
It has to.
Why? Go to Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Because I can put dicks on whoever I want in Cyberpunk 2077. That's the ultimate roleplay, bro. Who would you give it to?
I thought we were going to come together and complain about the Game Awards being bad, but all you're doing is making me mad.
That's
all you're doing is pissing me off.
Well, you wanted to make a video today, so
give it to Shin Megami Tensei 5.
You didn't play that crap.
I don't have to.
Fine. We'll give it to Shin Megami Tensei.
Best fighting game. I'm out of my element. Help me.
I haven't played Nickelodeon. Demon Slayers looks bad. Guilty Gear is an okay game. I've not heard of Melty Blood.
I've heard Guilty Gear Strive is the one to win.
It's got to be between the two, because Melty Blood is a really fucking weird name.
I mean, you do melt blood.
Do you melt? Blood is liquid. How do you melt it?
You melt it.
Okay, I'll give it to Guilty Gear then. If you can melt blood, then nice. Best family game.
Okay. Nintendo decided to show up.
Hey, look, they got all 4 of the 5.
We gotta... Isn't It Takes Two about crippling divorce and how it destroys families?
Yep, so that doesn't count.
How can that be a family game? You gotta be a pretty mature family.
WarioWare Get It Together definitely is the headliner for me.
Wait, I want to give it to Mario Party Superstars if Platform Peril is in it.
I think it isn't.
Then I'm not. No, then WarioWare.
I've watched a lot of streamers play it, and I haven't seen Platform Peril. I could be wrong though. It's got the fishing one where you throw a glove and you catch a chest.
Then it's definitely WarioWare. That if you're picking the best minigames for 1, 2, and 3, why would you pick that one? That minigame sucks.
They have hundreds to choose from, and they chose like 100 instead of including all of them because effort.
I mean, they're not all good. You should scrap some of them.
All right, you ready for some rapid fire ones again?
No. If you rapid fire through this, I'm gonna be so mad.
What's the next one, Peter?
Best sim/strategy. I got more beef. Okay? You remember Cyberpunk? You remember my beef with Cyberpunk being in here?
Uh-huh. Wait, Microsoft Flight Simulator's from last year.
Microsoft Flight Simulator not only came out last year, was not only in the Game Awards last year, but it won this category last year. What am I missing? Jeff Keighley, what am I missing?
Okay, so Age of Empires 4 then.
Yeah, give it Age of Empires 4. Or Inscription, one of the two.
No, I like watching it. Age of Empires reminds me of StarCraft 2. I'd watch that more than I watch Inscription. There's not really much to Inscription.
Okay.
Best multiplayer game?
No. Best sports racing game. Why are you doing this to me?
Why are they in the wrong order?
Best sports racing game, give me your choice. Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels. For the memes, Hot Wheels.
Best multiplayer.
Valheim, from what I've seen from everybody who's played.
I've heard Valheim is pretty good.
Yeah, it's got to be Valheim.
I haven't played Valheim.
We're not gonna read these. You can read. You're probably like at least 12. You can read. Content Creator of the Year. Fuck them all, right? Nobody cares.
You're more in tune with content creators than I am.
I know only Dream because he cheated at Minecraft.
I only know Dream because he cheated at Minecraft. I looked into some of these. It seems like most of them are commentators who do a bunch of charity work. So, that's cool.
That's surprising. I assumed they'd be from Valorant, if I'm honest. I assumed... Because I didn't Google them because that's way too much work. I assumed they'd be from Valorant. I assumed they'd be from, Dota... or League of Legends, obviously. And then maybe from, a newer hot game, so, Final Fantasy or Valheim. But, the people I know from those games are, I know Asmongold. Okay, that's all I know. So, why is... Dream just does, Minecraft?
Listen, no one just does Minecraft.
Well, I know GTA 5 roleplay is pretty hot right now. I've not even watched it, but I know a couple of those people.
If you're on here, you're great. You're better than us. Except Dream, who cheated at Minecraft.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Best debut indie. I don't know why we went sorta into real people and then circled back, but we're back.
The game that I mentioned like 200 years ago.
What game did you mention 200 years ago?
The best debut indie game. I think, fuck you. I think it's the Forgotten City. Even though it was a mod and you're going to get really annoyed.
I'm looking at these games right now.
Go ahead. It's Kena Bridge of Spirits, Sable, The Artful Escape, Forgotten City, and Valheim.
They're not in that order, but I'm looking at these games right now. And I'm thinking, hear me out on this.
Go ahead.
I'm thinking it's got to be Forgotten City.
Oh, I thought you were going to give it to Sable from what you've seen of it.
I have not played Sable. Sable is the one that I'd really want to play here to be sure. But
because
as much as I have beef with Forgotten City, and I have beef with Forgotten City.
You going to make that video?
If I had made Forgotten City, I would be so proud. I would be so happy with myself.
Yeah, you should be.
And I don't know. I think of the choice. Like, Kena is great. I love Kena. Kena doesn't really have a lot of, like, ideas. Kena is like a PS2 game that looks really nice. Forgotten City has ideas.
Yeah. That's why I like it.
So I think it should go to Forgotten City. Like
in the Missing Collectible video yet to come where we talk about Forgotten City, I think one of the main reasons I like it is it's like going to one city in Skyrim and talking to all the people there and doing all the quests for all the people there. There's just no other cities. And then you just win. It's not nearly as long as Skyrim, but like all of the quests feel interesting.
Some would say that's a good thing.
Yeah. I'm really sick of games that go on for 800 hours, but like, after like 8 hours of playing in Forgotten City, I was like, yeah, I'm good. That's good. It's good. I was worth the money. It's like, what? 15, 20 bucks? It was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Good. Done. It's another one in the books.
Most anticipated game presented by Prime Gaming.
Why do you keep saying this?
Because that's the name of the category. If Jeff Keighley accepted money from these people, we owe it to Jeff Keighley to read who bought the sponsorship.
All right, so here's my take on this.
This is gonna make me mad. No. I bet this is going to make me mad.
It's not. Starfield, no. The sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, no. Because you didn't have a fucking name for it. You can't have anticipation for a game
with no name. It's got a teaser! The game has a teaser.
It's got no name! What's it called?
It's the game with no name. It's the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. That's the name of the game.
Listen.
Breath of the Wild. The Legend of Zelda : The Legend of Zelda : Breath of the Wild : the sequel to The Legend of Zelda : Breath of the Wild is the name of the game.
What do you want right now, bud?
Tell me why it's Elden Ring.
Give me. I was gonna get there! Horizon Forbidden West, nobody's expecting anything groundbreaking. It's just going to be the first game again, but now it's tropical with, it's probably got fish dinosaurs now. And also,
I hope it has fish dinosaurs.
Pelican dinosaurs. It's got parrot dinosaurs. God of War Ragnarok, it's a very close second because it's, oh boy, do we love God of War, the first one. PC players are playing it now. They love it too. So everyone's like, oh man, I can't wait for the next one.
I am hyped for God of War. Elden Ring's closer.
Elden Ring has to win because I make all these games and every so often I make a totally new game that just steals the elements from all the other previous games I made that were good. And now it's a totally new thing. It has to be that. Because all the rest of these are sequel to a thing we already know how good it is.
Or it's Starfield, which will be bad.
Which will be bad. Exactly. You see, you fucking get it.
I get it.
It's Elden Ring. It's Elden Ring.
And that's it, right? It's just esports after that, which disrespect for esports, but not for me.
Okay, hold on. Best esports team. No. Okay, I was gonna make jokes, and I don't know who any of these people are. Best esports game. Which one of these is fun for me to watch, personally? Me.
Valorant.
I don't mind Valorant, but I haven't spent a lot of time watching it. I was gonna say Overwatch because you can see the life slowly drain.
Overwatch is not an option.
As they realize their game is dead and there's never gonna be a sequel, and if it is, it's a hack job. Best esports event. PUBG has an event.
Jumping all over the place.
I'm going up. Best esports coach. Who has the best name? Silent, ENGH, B1AD3, Crowder, and KKOMA. It's got to go to B1AD3 because that's the worst fucking name I've ever seen in my life.
Hey, don't be mean.
How? How is that your screen name?
That's
B1AD3? What is that? What would you give it to, Peter?
I mean, B183.
We're just riffing.
Yeah.
We're just riffing. Yeah, there you go. That's what I thought.
Although Crowder's got the energy, man. He's got the energy of an esports coach.
Yeah, but his name is his name. That's cheating.
So, I think it's dumb to use a different name.
Okay, fine. What if his real name was B1AD3 or Adri? I don't know who that is.
That's his real name?
I shouldn't make assumptions about gender for a name from a different... It's a cat knocking on the door. Cat's like, hey, episode's over. Fucking wrap it up. Last one for somebody we don't know is the best esports athlete. This person's nickname is Simp. Peter, please.
I mean, talk about energy, right? Tens has energy.
Are you just riffing right now?
He's got energy. Are you looking at this picture?
No, I have a Google Doc open.
Oh, well, he's got like the Charlie's Angels thing going on. He's the one. Everybody else is just like posing with their arms folded. You got it. When you don't know somebody, you got to give it to the one with the energy.
Peter, I have to tell you right now.
Which is why I've never won anything in my life.
Jesus, that's cutting, dude. I have to tell you right now, the best esports athlete I have to give to Dream for all of the backflips that he's doing and the cartwheels to get through all of the drama. He's the best athlete of esports. You get it? Do you get the joke? Do you get it? Because he's jumping through hoops to avoid all the allegations that he's a big cheating butthead.
I got it. So
he is.
In conclusion, Game of the Year obviously goes to Outer Wilds DLC Echoes of the Eye.
Well done, Outer Wilds. You've done it again. You're absolutely going to win again this year for us, for sure. Unless it comes out that you named the Outer Wilds DLC after a really racist ex-employee that you had, and you have to rename it.
Even then, I would still give it to you.
Peter, Jesus. Peter, bring us home. This was an absolute train wreck of an episode.
No, this was a great episode. If we had a bad take, especially when Dibble was talking about SJWs, that was kind of weird. Let us know in the comments. And if you have another idea for an episode, please feel free to let us know about that. Tell us we're dumb, we're wrong, we're right. All the above. Catch you next time.
Bye!